That's it. We should be live. Welcome, everyone, to a Tuesday edition. For a while, probably, I personally had some scheduling changes in my personal and work life, so we're going to have to do Tuesdays for a while at least, potentially moving forward, but we don't know that yet. We're playing it by ear. So, welcome back to the Legacy of Mythal campaign. And why is... Oh, wait. I just noticed there's something really terrible going on with the stream. It is pointing to the wrong window. There we go. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it's doing that, but we're just going to play with that for now. There we go. That works. Anyway, sorry. I need to close that and move it over to the other side. Anyway, so last week, after spending a full day in Daggerford, the caravan headed north on the last leg of the journey to Waterdeep. And they had several interactions with Jamna Gleamsilver, which I just happen to have up on here now, so I might as well show her. And that made them very wary. Jinx even took steps to warn the cultists about her. But the situation remained unsolved as halfway through the trip, the caravan was ambushed by a raiding party of 4 young orcs. It was the first solid test of Smock's new defensive rotation, utilizing all of the caravan's guards, with the exception of the gargoyle. So aside from a few good hits from orcish greatswords, the heroes and the rest of the caravan quickly killed most of the attacking force. Only one of the orcs escaped, and Spot captured one to interrogate. So that is where we are at. Because of the time change today and people seeing the D&D movie and work stuff, we only have 2 players right now, a third one joining us in a bit. So, Alamir and Smock, you just got done with the battle. There's all the dead bodies lying on the ground. If I remember right, one... only one, yes, only one orc escaped that you know of, and there is one alive down at the bottom where by Spot's horse. In between Spot and 2 guards is one remaining live orc. What would you like to do?
Is the live orc tied up yet?
Not yet. He's been disarmed, and he is standing there looking. Actually, yeah, that is a good question. What is his demeanor? Do that. He is looking sullen and beaten and defeated. Head down, looking at the ground.
Smock? I don't know. I know he might speak Common, but he might also speak Orcish. Do you speak Orcish?
I do not.
And our ninja monk, he's half orc, correct?
He is, so he speaks Orcish.
I would say I can understand it. I just can't talk to him. So we're gonna have to let the monk do all the talking. So Tom, have a conversation with yourself. Get all the information out of yourself.
I will do some talking. I will take my glaive and I will begin to sharpen the edge. And I will also, while I'm doing that, drop a divine sense to sense what he is or isn't relative to how he views the world.
Okay.
And I'm going to listen in with my helm, so I know if he's not, I'm saying what he's not saying, or believe he's trying.
So I'm not going to have a conversation with myself, but
I know you're not.
What do you want to find out? What are the questions? Just tell me what questions are being asked.
Well, first thing we want to know is who sent you. Because the amount of orcs that were sent, that's not a warring party, but that's also not a scouting party.
Right, way beyond scout.
That's we didn't run into them because they were positioned to ambush. So where are they from? Who are they from?
And why
and why are they from? Yeah.
Right.
And while that's being talked about, no, not is that while that's being talked about. Another question is, and I don't know how to say this without ears hearing. Yes, I do. I can send it in a message to him. Hold on, I gotta go memorize the spell.
And before he starts asking questions or any of that, I do drop Zone of Truth.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear the answers to those before I come up and stick my foot further in my mouth.
Because he is so defeated, he is going to roll with disadvantage.
Okay. DC 15 Charisma.
And one more thing, Tom.
Yep, so misses. Yes.
What is in this group? Where was he positioned rank-wise? And if he's not a leader, which one was?
Well, so far, everyone that you have, all the ones that you've seen, have looked about the same. Like you,
and you said young.
They're all young. Like the old, there might be there's some maybe a couple 17-year-olds.
Okay. Then the other questions are fine.
So
there is no leadership in this.
Yeah, I mean, there's this, and the way, I mean, it's orcs are ruled by the strongest. So you look around, you see, and this one orc here, I mean, he's strong, but he is nowhere near as large and burly as some of the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So here's before we get to the questioning and what he says, it is male. There are female orcs in the raiding party, here and there. Probably about a quarter of them are female.
Okay.
Is what's being done with the dead bodies? Is anyone looting? Because I guarantee you, Jamna is looting the bodies, as are any of the people on like the cultists as well.
Right. Do you have anything do you want to do anything or have anything to do with Smock with the bodies? Right now, I mean, you're working on him.
At this time, I can wait. I mean, 10 minutes is 10 minutes. It's not going to. I mean, they're dead.
Okay,
we're good.
Then I'm going to before because I'm going to sit and talk with this guy, or listen to him. Now we have myself, we've got Spot, and we've got Smock all here. That doesn't leave a lot of our guys to go and do stuff. But the only thing I want to do is, if I can find out, do all the orcs have the same equipment?
Yes, for the most part. Like some have daggers and some, different numbers of weapons.
Javelins and swords.
They have very and great swords, javelins, and some hunting knives and the like.
That's fine. Then they were all equal. They were just all fodder. Okay.
So,
go ahead.
What? Because I only semi pay attention to this stuff myself. Doesn't Luna typically loot bodies?
She does. He's always saying loot the body.
Yep, she does.
He's still looking for the coin.
So I'm going to say that when Luna looks around, sees that the situation's under control, and she sees Jamna looting bodies, she goes rushing back over to the bodies that she was fighting and she's going to start looting some bodies. Smock, you were moving down to help, so you moved down. I guess the question is, what would you have directed Hef to do something?
Where's the one live orc?
I can go near him. I would have Hef help Luna.
Okay. then Hef will do that, and Hef will actually then start like on the ones that you guys were fighting, which is quite a few.
There we go. That's fine. I see him now. I thought he was a guard.
Yep, I know it looks similar. If I had more time, I'd make all of the NPCs yellow, but
that's fine.
That's the way it goes.
So I can understand him. I cannot speak Orcish. Does he speak Common?
Here, what I can do is this showing? There. See Orc.
If not.
So you ask in the questioning, and he says, and he like looks up at you and gives a single nod. Yes, I speak Common.
Okay, that makes it easy. So let's do those first 3 questions.
Okay.
Where did you come from? Why are you here? And who sent you? I know number 3, but go for it.
His kind of, he doesn't lift himself up fully, but his kind of head pridefully lifts up from looking from the ground, and his chin raises just slightly as he says, "We are Red Fury tribe.
I gotta take notes. Hold on.
Our lands are east of here."
Okay, by knowing the work
here, and I'm going to
work. How far east? 1 day's journey? 2 days journey?
So right now you are all by the Ardeep Forest, and he says, we range between the Delambir Hills and the Star Mounts.
Okay,
we live. Our tribe is on the edge of the high forest.
Okay. This is just like saying New York, Chicago. We should know where these areas are just on our primitive knowing of knowledge.
So you see on the map.
I see it.
You are right here, and they say he basically says they're from over here.
That's not 1 day.
No, it's not.
That's not 1 day. That's.
He also said like they do like they travel down up to so and as a merchant you know a large orcish raids on caravans in the region
on this road and on this road
are not unknown. Especially in that region, like Golden Succumber to Red Larch is a treacherous road that people don't take unless they're well protected or taking a risk.
Here.
But to attack on the tradeway of this size, like this, from orcs, is very, very rare.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got the Who. Mm-hmm. They're the Red Fury tribe. We know where they're from, but based on else. Why did they attack, and who sent them? Those are the next 2 questions.
We are.
Hey, Jinx.
Yes, welcome, Jinx. We were, and he looks down.
Use your words.
We are.
He has to tell
new
the truth.
warriors. We are looking to prove ourselves. The leaders, Garak and Hafira, said we come here and do what the elders can't.
Like they can't attack on this road? Is that against your tribe's? Is that outside your tribe's range?
Yes, we are told not to come this side, this close to the ocean.
So why did you?
To make a point that we are strong.
So Garrick and Afira sent you to test you in battle.
It was their plan that this would be how we would prove to the elders that their fears were unfounded and that we could expand our power.
It was making your mark.
And everything is coming out. It hurts, but truthful.
Yes. Well, he's in the zone of truth, and he failed
he
save,
failed it,
so he can't lie.
Yeah. And then what did my divine sense return to me? I must have missed that.
I didn't. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay, so that. I didn't miss it. Got it. Okay.
And I apologize. I need to put that on my to-do list. I have a whole. I'm going to send you a list of what the numerical values mean in terms of good and evil. That I've been using the 1 to 10, 1 to 5 being the evil side, etc. There is no. Obviously, it jumps from 5 to 6, so you're either on the bad or the good side. There's no true neutral. So yes, and so I still need to do that.
Directional is just fine for this.
I'm going. Go ahead.
You get. Yeah, it's a 5, but it's a light 5. Like this, this is a warrior following orders, looking like who's been raised that war is glorious, and and has been indoctrinated into us versus them mentality.
So you have to make it a morality dilemma, didn't you? All right, perfect.
I'm going to ask Federla if she has any questions for this orc. I want to see what her questions are. Or her or Niren, one of the two. Do they have any? Do they want to, or they don't care?
So are you going to?
I'm bringing them over and saying, "Do you have any questions for this orc?"
Okay, so you.
Well, I'm looking for a reaction, actually.
They saw. Wait, is she hurt? Did she get hit? She must have gotten really hit like you guys did. Oh my gosh. Or she, yeah. Wow.
She fell off the horse.
I don't remember what hit her, but yeah. So she'll come down.
I mean, they should have inquisitive questions.
So
unless it just doesn't matter.
And yeah. So and if you invite them down, they'll enter. Naren stays out of the circle, comes to the edge, and realizes or actually,
he doesn't know. Neither of them are there.
Well, but let's see. It's a magical zone.
15-foot sphere.
A creature that enters the spells, but you do know that you are being affected. We've validated that before.
On the other hand, we started this Inquisition, and so if they enter, I mean, they won't be entirely surprised. Maybe they will be, but
they will know they've entered.
Well,
so
just questioning the orc they wouldn't know that you were doing the Zone of Truth. But so right. Naren, they both enter and they pause. Naren kind of backs out of it. I don't know. It's not. It's a 15-foot sphere, so he can get closer. But
the minute he does, I'm gonna ask one question.
Yeah. Because that smock would.
By the way, I have to tell the truth too. Actually, let me roll my charisma just in case.
Yeah, in case you want to lie.
Well, true. In case I want to deceive.
I suck. Is it really true though? Is it really true?
It really is. So yeah, I mean, I have to tell the truth too, and I'm not doing anything just least decisive anyway or deceiving.
We'll do it like this. Federla will walk right into it, on the edge. Naren will
not.
Yeah, so it's on the orc, so he'll stand behind Smock, but right out of the range. So, and Smock, you can. Okay, so, actually, Spot's probably right up there next to him. So, yeah, so Naren, because Federla walks in and walks right up and gets a nod. You would notice from Naren, and she says, well, and I know she has a Federla had a specific accent that I don't remember if I really did I have. Hold on. Oh, that's right. She doesn't actually have a very, very specific one. Okay. So where then is your tribe now? Where are they camped? Are they close by? Are there more of you in the raiding party? And the orc looks at her and yeah. And kind of raises back his shoulders, puffs out his chest a little bit. They are close enough to give and enact revenge for the slaughter here. You will most likely die soon. Do any of you have a response?
I do.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Back up.
Hold on.
Retract. He can't lie.
Rewind.
Never mind.
Rewind.
Yeah, he can't.
Rewind. He can't lie. He stares at her, and he looks like he wants to speak, and then finally gives up, and he says, "No, we have traveled several days away from our tribe. They are still in the hills. They do not know we are here."
Is there any correspondence on any of these orcs?
Well, you haven't really, not that
Besides
you've heard
tattoos?
or seen yet.
No. I mean, I'd ask. I'd ask whoever's been looking around, saying, did anybody find any written correspondence?
The other bodies are still being looked over. It's going to take
Okay,
a
then
while.
we'll do that later. Then that's fine. Personally, I'm good with him, with what he's given us, because the Zone of Truth would have given me the inkling to ask the other question that I'm not going to ask, especially with Federla right here and Naren right there. Yeah, my foot's already so far in my mouth, I'm not doing it anymore.
Jinx, do you have any thoughts or questions?
Thoughts or questions?
For the orc.
For the orc, the guy, the one he had left, I mean, where you guys had left, I think it was up north, wasn't it? Up high?
And he's down at the bottom. He's down here at the bottom.
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
right
being
to your left.
questioned.
Oh, I totally didn't even see that. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I thought he was a guard. He blended in nicely.
Okay. Besides his face and his gruff exterior, not metal armor.
Is the tribe left behind the same size as the raiding party here, or substantially bigger, or substantially smaller?
Our tribe is the largest in the region that we. The only ones larger are far north, or far to the east. We are the sons and daughters of many a great warrior of the clan. They number over twice what you see here.
And are they basically just your parents, or do you have other friends and allies along with the group?
We are
Big friends.
we are the almost all of those old enough to take the trials of combat and become warriors. But there are plenty older than us. Of warriors, there is probably, depending on who has returned, there could be well over 2, maybe 3 times our number. And even the great elders, those who have survived many battles and winters, are still able to wield weapons when needed. So there are many.
All right. Alistair's done asking questions, but I know it's not Smock's decision. I don't think it's going to be Smock's action, but I'll ask the orc. Do you want to live, or would you rather die with honor?
That is a good question.
Both of those are dishonorable right at this point because he's tied up.
Well, he's not tied.
Well, he's surrounded and
yes, yes, he is. That is true.
Or do you wish to die in honorable combat?
Oh damn!
Wow, that's the second one. Yeah. When
he's walking.
He looks down, and you can see he just completely deflates, almost dropping to his knees, and very meekly he says, "I want to live."
Alamir backs off. You know what? They're 2-3 days out. They sent them. They know they never came back. They're gonna look to find out. So either way,
well,
we have to expect.
He did tell you they don't. The rest of the tribe doesn't know where they went. They didn't tell them.
I thought he started saying that they sent them to this road.
No. The two
Garrick and Rafira.
Garrick and Rafira were some of the older orcs. So you were asking about leaders. Those were like the instigators of the raid.
They were trying to prove they were worthy up and comers, and they deserved to be higher up in the tribe. Is my guess. So,
but either way, he chose to live. So now, this is where the decision of everybody between here, or this orc, and him going through the bushes, has a chance to kill him. But Alamir's letting him go. Lets him walk.
I suggest we tie him up and leave him and let chance be his fate.
That
he has a chance to live. We didn't kill him outright. Yep.
But you don't give him a weapon. Are we making him naked? Because then it's naked and afraid.
We can skin the bodies of the other orcs and make him an outfit or clothes to wear using the skin of the other orcs.
Dude, you just went nasty.
Exactly. Now, do we let Luna show the head of the orc that he has in the bag? Just joking. He doesn't have a head of the orc in the bag. Alamir left. He doesn't have to tell the truth anymore.
See,
who am I with?
Kashara had walked up and been listening to the conversation.
I forget who I'm with.
And Fedorla just kind of shrugs her shoulders and walks away and goes back to her horse along with Naren. But Kashara says, "Well, he's obviously not a threat, and several days travel just even the one that's already left is on their way there for sure. So what harm is there in just letting him go? Giving him a fighting chance to survive. he's not gonna harm us or anyone else along this road. And now,
Okay. Unless Sir Jinkin has a action he wishes to take.
I remain neutral in this entire aspect, and I loot bodies and wait till you guys figure out what you guys are going to do, because I have no opinion either way.
cool. So you were looting bodies when they around this.
To the right, since
Yep.
those are the ones we were over there by, and just kind of making sure those bodies are, whatever. And as he mentioned before, looking for notes, we would be looking for that stuff, because we always look for notes, because you never know there's orders, even though there's obviously no orders with these guys.
Excellent. So, so you let the orc go, and he looks around, and this guard to the south, he's one of the new ones that was just picked up in Daggerford. He looks a little kind of disgusted, but he just shakes his head and moves off to the side. And this orc, he looks back at Kashara and nods his head at her, and then he just goes running off, and off into the distance until he's off in the bushes.
Yeah, I can't turn.
Just remember when he kills somebody, it's on their heads.
Yeah, that's right, because I walked away. Nobody was over by these bodies, Tom. I'm checking them out.
So, well, you're right, because that's where Spot came from.
Mhm.
So, I'm just counting up here. So, actually, about this time, so Smock and Alamir, before you walk over there, and Jinx, I need perception checks from you all. Because by this time, Luna is way off in the corner looting those bodies.
Great. They're making it. They have vests on. Yeah, we suck at this.
There we go.
Okay, thank you, Jenkin. Alamir and Smock break their eyes.
Jinx, you hear an altercation going on, and you look up to the north, and you see, I forget. Smock, had you told people about Iverius or no?
I believe I did.
So, Jinx, you look up, and from the conversations over the campfires at night, or quiet conversations that shared between Smock and the rest of you, you look up and you see what you recognize as Hef and this one Colt guard, who you know is Iverius, the man who killed Hef's father, standing not quite toe to toe, but definitely like with hands on their weapons, facing off, and you hear some terse tones being spoken, although you cannot hear exactly what's being said.
I will break off on my horse.
Same here, even though he takes off. Yes, if I notice it, I'm heading.
I would have whistled, give I can't whistle, but
You would have done the caw caw.
Well, I would have gave that high pitched, that little high pitched whistle,
Mhm.
that I could never quite master.
So yeah, and that's a signal. You've all been together long enough. You recognize the signal and see Jinx rushing up towards Hef. So, Smock, I assume you head up there as well? And Alamir?
Yeah, I mean, I would at least
Yes.
go where he's going. Yes, because we know that means there's danger or something going on.
So
I would get right there, and this is gonna get me in trouble. I get right about there. I listen for a second,
what you quickly assess the situation, which is that Iverius and the other guard, and actually in this one had walked up and stopped as soon as the words, or maybe come a little closer like the other one, but not all the way up. They're within an easy step of getting up to where Hef is, but staying back and not directly like shoulder to shoulder supporting Iverius. But they are arguing about looting rights, and Hef is very adamant, but not. He's keeping his cool pretty well, but he is holding his ground, saying that basically he and Smock defeated this group, and therefore they are the only ones who should gain any coinage or anything else found on the bodies.
Fireball.
On the bodies?
I support this.
Incinerate the bodies?
Yes, I'm burning the bodies.
Would you eliminate the problem? Source of the problem gone.
Right here, right? So I'm going to spot it right there, right on the gargoyle. Okay. No, I mean, you're going to get there first, Jinx. So what are you going to do? Obviously, you're going to get there first.
If it's not a violent fight, okay, I guess I will. I come up and I jump off my horse. If I can separate my guy off the horse, and I will.
And you're not
walk
stealthing,
up.
right?
No.
Now try and be quiet. The other guard, and Iverius and everyone sees you, and immediately Iverius gets this. Iverius is obviously getting upset. He is on the angry, on the verge of maybe taking an action, though you don't know what it is. And he sees you, and walking forward, he takes a deep breath and he harumps, and of course, that's only fair. That's fair. And he turns and begins to walk away, and the other guards back away as well.
I walk up, playing it off complete nonchalant and just walk up to Hef and basically grab his hand, do the arm shake thing or whatever.
Predator shake.
And yep, and then just be like, hey, nice job on those kills, man. And I basically pretend like I wasn't even there to interfere with the conversation. I was literally just walking by.
And he looks at you, and he just kind of side glances at the cultists, and he nods, and he quietly says, "Thank you. That I did not want that to turn into something unnecessary."
Oh,
Good boy.
if it would have got to that point, we could have subdued them without taking them out.
Of course. You want to help?
Has anybody heard?
You want to help me gather what's left of this group?
Oh, absolutely. I help him, and then I also go, is he hurt at all?
And we're just going back to these guys.
No, he's not hurt at all.
Okay, cool.
No.
Oh, I do call it to that guy who just walked away. Oh, there's some bodies up in that ridge over there. Can you guys go check those?
You talking about
Iverius?
Oh, over those?
Oh, you to that ridge over here?
Yeah. And he's like, I think your friend got those. He was there.
Okay.
So, but Hef does will get on his horse, calls the horse over, and gets on and rides up to the one up in the corner. I think, if I remember right, he shot it. So,
I do go up to Iverius, and I tell him, at all times and in any way, you stay a minimum of 60 feet away of me and Hef. And if we move to one side of the caravan, you are to move to the other. Is that understood? And I intimidate with as much intimidation as I possibly can.
Roll me an intimidation check.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Let's take a look.
It didn't come out as a squeaky voice.
Yeah, just so you know, I sprinted from the other one. I kept sprinting, and I got right up in his grill, spitting on him a little bit. I mean, a little bit wild-eyed.
And you came right up to him, and his hand is on his scimitar, but hasn't drawn it.
I always have my hands on my glaive, but yeah, I'm not wielding it in a way to strike immediately.
Oh yeah. He backs away several feet, takes a hand off the weapon. He puts his hands up. He goes, "No, nothing. No harm was intended. I hear you. I understand. Of course, there will be no trouble." And he backpedals and quickly turns and moves to the other side of the caravan, where by this time Naren and Federla are walking up, and they seem to be in conversation with him. All right, so interesting. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Actually, that's 22. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, 29, 30. That's an even 30 orcs that you are all able to claim and pilfer.
You meaning the whole caravan or our side of it? Us guys.
Your group.
Okay, so then I'm gonna write down the loot. What should I just blanket? 30 swords, 30 dagger. What?
Roll me. So Elamir, roll me both a. Now just roll me a luck roll, please. 2d10.
2d10. I gotta find 2d10 now. Thanks. 2d10. Below average.
Below average. Close to average, but below. So. Okay. So let's do this. So we're gonna roll 30. Let's see. Average would have been a D10, so this is going to be D8s.
Okay.
So we're going to do. So that is 110 silver.
Okay.
And 66 gold.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I'm going to ask.
And lots of little trinkets that you probably don't care about, like little carved little.
And they were wearing probably just loin, cloth armor or hide.
And like shamanic like fetishes and things like that.
I'm going to ask, I know my caravan, is there room in the caravan to put the weapons? Or are they pure crap?
The weapon, that's an interesting point. The weapons are being gathered because no one else was taking the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but I think it's. But remember the one merchant who had the Kalashite silk that was actually all molded?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know. Well, in Daggerford, he found out.
Okay, so he has an empty caravan.
And he had, yes, and so he has been looking for something to recoup his losses, and while they're not worth a huge amount, he's gathering the weapons and any of the nicer looking carved pieces of bone and fetishes and stuff that he might be able to make a few coins off of in Waterdeep. And he's having his guards gather them and put them in the wagon.
He's at the front. That was near height feather.
That was Nearheight?
Nearheight. He was at the front. Yeah, he's up. He's way up
yeah,
here.
right. Yeah. Oh, the one. Yeah, with Green and Yang. So Green Imza and the other guard are helping him load it in.
They can have those. I mean, unless you need swords, Smock or Jinx. I don't.
I don't know if he still needs them, but I doubt they would have darts because they're not the kind of people that would have darts. But if they had anything like that, I would make sure we collect them up for.
No, like I said, like there might be you might find a small handful of knives and daggers that might be weighted for throwing, but that's it.
And weapons and armor just weigh people down. There's no reason to pick that kind of stuff up.
Okay. So, all right.
Oh wait, there's a Holy Avenger. Sorry.
No, I already know exactly where that is. Exactly where it is. So, all right, let's go back to our wonderful skill challenge thing. We were on the 5th 10 day. This was the second red dot. You'd already gained some base information, but is there... So let's see where you guys stand, because
I thought that was the first red dot that we had that encounter.
your first red dot was the beginning of the interactions with
Oh, that's right. I got him. I got the
with
dot.
Jamna.
Okay. All right.
So, where is it? Full description. All right, information. So you have one thing after this battle. You have a few days left between now and when you reach Waterdeep. You have one more thing that you can get some level of information about, given your successes on this trip. You can either be more
one
about
for each of us, or just one?
No, as a group. So when you talk about this, decide which of these options you think is important to you. Try for the names of the other 2 worm speakers that you don't know about. The relationship between the Colt and the Red Wizards, right? Or did you find out something about that already?
Yes, I found out.
I'm thinking you may have already found something out
Yes,
about that.
what did I find?
I didn't mark it down in my Trello.
But no, I didn't get
you
that.
don't
I did
have
not get that. I got the learn the hierarchy, greetings, passing conversation, and that sort of thing.
You got something about the cells.
Yeah. Nothing with the Red Wizards.
And other operations. So
We just know the connection because they were in the same. Okay, I counterspelled her. I got it.
So,
okay.
All right. So things
She's
you don't.
pissed.
Okay. So those 2. Which of those 2 would you? Or if you have something else that you think is important that isn't part of my list. So there's the Worm Speakers and relationship with the Red Wizards, or something you come up with.
Alamir would want the Red Wizard information.
Yep, I see lots of agreement there. Okay.
I concur. Yep.
All right. So that on one of those evenings, there would be some more conversations with Fidurla. And I don't... Alamir, you haven't spoken to her directly, have you?
No, in her head I did.
Right, in the beginning. And that was
Yeah, but I have not had a sit-down talk with her. I've sat down and talked with everybody else.
Exactly. So she's feeling kind of left out. And so she comes to you directly one evening and says, "So, wizard, What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm gonna start with Candlekeep and what I did there, and I'm not going to lie. I will spin a tale of a struggling student, but um, hard lessons. He's not going to tell her that he was an exceptional student, just a student at Candlekeep, and those 4 years, those 4 hard years, and having to come out and prove himself to see the world and help out his town of, let me find one on the map.
Oh, you're not going to give her.
No, I'm not going to give the hometown.
Well, no, actually.
Greenest?
Oh, that's true. I was thinking a different conversation.
Yeah, he's not giving his hometown is whatchamacallit.
So,
map.
Yes.
His hometown
I was going to say, so yes, Jinkin and Smock, so you're both there. You can assist and also...
Hill's Edge. I think that's where he's from.
Give Bardic Inspiration if you'd like. So, okay, so you do mention Hill's Edge.
No, I'm saying that's where I'm from, but I do not
mention it.
Mention Hill's Edge. But she knows that we were in Greenest, so I'm going to say I'm from the area.
Okay.
Around Greenest.
And she kind of cocks her head and says, Berdusk? Elturel? Surely not a small city, given your training and obvious background of some means.
And I'll say family of travelers. Son of a merchant. So we were always traveling from city to city, and he'll name off Neverwinter, or I don't know, how far do you think he would have gone? Luskan? Would he have gone all the way to Luskan? Would he have gone all the way to Neverwinter? He'll name the cities that he wants her to know. Neverwinter, Waterdeep.
Well, Neverwinter has not. Neverwinter is being rebuilt at this time in the Faerunian timeline.
He's going to say then the larger cities.
So, and Luskan, you'd have to have very specific. Maybe there's a Luskan. Roll a luck roll. Let's just see whether you ever had.
Back to get out of that. Go to that.
Whether your father had. I mean, it is definitely possible. Yeah, as a matter of fact, your father probably had business with the Wizard Tower in Luskan.
Okay.
Or the pirates themselves.
And so the explanation is, traveling merchants.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to match your luck roll with one of mine. Oh, this will be good. Oh, nope, never mind. Yep, okay. Probably with the Wizard Tower or some group of pirates.
Okay.
I was checking to see if it was with Jarlaxle.
Gotcha.
If you know who that is.
Honestly, I don't, but I'm typing it in now.
No, a powerful, well-connected drow, who is the head of a huge underworld organization, originally based out of Menzo Baranzan, where Driz Do'Urden was from.
Understood. So that's the story. The family, the background, traveling merchants, but not traveling selling snake oil, but moving goods from one place to another, then bringing goods back to the other place. Mm-hmm. So home is a little bit of every city in the we'll say the Greenfields area down there. But I'll say I mostly hung probably around in the greenest area at most.
So go ahead and just roll me, because you're not being fully truthful, but you are being mostly truthful. So go ahead and roll a deception with advantage. Because she also doesn't care whether you're being fully truthful or not, but she is trying to discern how much you're holding back.
And also, if he gets Kawali for the inspiration, if it isn't successful for him anymore, he still gets to keep the inspiration though.
You may actually want to save that for his next roll.
Okay.
How about a 12?
Okay.
Not
fine.
really, but not a good 12.
Well, no, it's a good 12. Like I said, like she just kind of politely nods. That's very interesting. Yeah. So, and
He's going to retort back with, "And what about you?"
well,
He's going to try and get, similar. I mean,
I
quid pro
never
quo.
did it. I am from a region south of the Central Seas. And actually, I have to actually. Where is? I don't even think it's on our main map. I'm pretty sure it's not. Actually, I'm not even going to look it up.
What are you looking for?
Uh,
I suppose you can't tell me. Never mind.
that's how you get the information out of him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she essentially, so the Sea of Stars. She's from one of the lands south of the Sea of Stars.
Okay, so she is from far away.
Relatively far away, and actually that's relatively not next to, but relatively close to Thay too, where the Red Wizards are from. She goes, yes. I've worked very hard to cover my original accent, so that people do not know exactly where I'm from. But yes, it's
But
my
why?
life is not quite as I would dare bet good money that my life was not nearly as easy as yours.
But why the dragon cult?
There is a lot to be said for organizations that provide means and power and wealth, especially if you can align yourself with individuals within the organization that are particularly robust in resources, and find you valuable.
But okay, so when I was at the Candlekeep last, and I spent my 4 weeks, whatever it was, researching the actual cult, would I be able to pull just a piece of information out to try and I'm trying not trying to twist. I am just trying to emphasize the good versus evil. And I'm sure he can say, or they can say, "Oh, but we feed the orphans. Oh, we have soup kitchens. But why do you lean towards destruction over?
I never had any support like that. My life has been very hard. And while I understand it is not everyone's experience, and it doesn't have to be that way everywhere, I had to make very real choices at a very young age in order to survive.
I have three more questions for her, unless she wants to ask me anything back.
And I have found myself in a position whereby my future is extremely bright, regardless of how successful the organization is in its current endeavors.
So the 3 questions I have for her now. Would you have stolen bread when you were young because you were hungry?
Oh,
or
I
would
did.
you have, but would you have stolen bread for a family member or friend and give it to them and not eat it yourself?
That is an interesting question.
Do you do the act for others, or do you only do the act for
you? I just have to further define
delve in.
She falls.
Okay.
That's very interesting. So I just need to run one more silent roll.
That wasn't too silent. I heard it.
You heard it, but you definitely didn't see it.
That's very true.
Yes, the live die roll.
The infamous live die roll.
I wish I had had family that I wanted to help that much, that I could have helped, but I didn't. If I had, perhaps I would have stolen for them and gone hungry myself. But as it was, I only could look out for me.
Okay. Second question. You're given the choice of an apple, a copper cup, goblet, however you want to call it. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hmm?
Okay, so an apple, a copper cup, or the love of a person. Which would you take? I'm trying to pull to the heart for this one.
I understand.
Okay. I'm seeing if she has one, basically.
I know not love, and I do not trust it. I've never experienced anything in life that says that I can. And the copper cup, while you need to find the right fence, could buy you several apples. So I would take the cup.
Okay, and my last question. The orc that we released. If you had the chance, would you have slit his throat? By your choice, not by instruction. Or would you have let him go? Like we did.
There was nothing to gain from killing the creature, so I very likely would have let it go.
Then she's answered all the questions that I would have for her. And hopefully I've gotten some information for my own self.
So,
maybe ask some Red Wizard questions.
I mean, you're standing there too.
So, yeah. Well, I'm assuming that as she's talking about her homeland, which I was kind of
you were trying to push to the Red Wizards.
You could have said, "Oh, that's kind of close to Thay," and we've seen, we know that there is an association there, and you could push that angle.
Yeah, okay. and I have some evil organization special skill, and I would actually drop little things that maybe not your every person knows. Something that I've studied evil organizations.
Have we ever had you roll your organization knowledge for the Red Wizards?
No, I just did.
Oh, you just did. Oh, look at that. Would you mark that down in your notes, please, so we remember that's what that's for, and that's what you rolled specifically for the Red Wizards.
Okay.
So since I've gotten the information of her that I want to build her in my head, I would move towards the Red Wizards now, but it's kind of her turn to retort. If she has more specific questions instead of just background.
You already told her about you, and that's really all she was looking for.
Okay. Then I'll turn it to the Red Wizards.
So
if you allow it.
Yes, absolutely. That was the full Faerun original. Hold on, I'm gonna.
No problem.
Just because it's kind of there. We go. She is from actually not that across the Sea of Fallen Stars, and but she is from Termish. Actually, you know what? No, even further, Chisentia. That's actually appropriate. So across the basically over the channel. Think British Isle, like Great Britain and France. There's Chisentia, and north of that, over the channel is Algarond, and then next to Algorand, mainly to the northeast, is Thay. So she's relatively close to there. And Termish and Chasenta and Chandath, those are essentially, that's the region of Faerun that is kind of like the Middle East.
Okay.
In terms of culture and people. Okay. So yeah, you ask about, you kind of make a reference to Thay and having noticed some red wizards in the company of the cult. And she looks thoughtful. And she smiles and shrugs, gives a half shrug. And yes, well, I assume you know something of the current goals of the organization.
Me or Smock?
She's talking to you.
Okay.
And to all of you in general, you're all there.
Right.
And actually, before I complete with her answer, roll me character sheet. Roll me
land vehicles. Okay.
Well, I know it's not your thing, but go ahead and roll, because you have help and bardic inspiration. Roll me a persuasion with advantage, and then you can add. Is it a D6 or a D8? Jinx.
D8.
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 Oh God, I need it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh wow. All right.
And just so you know, not that this is relevant at all, but that D8 doesn't go away unless it actually gets burned up now.
Well,
I forgot to mention I was assisting in the persuasion.
Well, that's
that was
why
the advantage.
Yeah, that's why you got advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. And it does get burned up because otherwise he doesn't even get a minimum result.
Exactly. So Smock has to stick his nose in on this one.
She just kind of looks at you kind of coyly and says, "Well, you know, the Red Wizards are powerful mages, and the goals of the cult require some powerful magic."
He will interrupt to say, I know how powerful they are because we've already encountered one.
All three of you roll an insight.
Let's see if we start a fight right now.
Roll insight.
Kind of looks that way.
Roll insight.
See if this twerks her without advantage. See if she. Come on, let's see who knows what's going
I
on.
thought you said twerks her.
I did. Alamir, he and Smock both got it, and Jenkins. Come on.
She is caught off guard by that. Given that all of you beat her by 10 plus points.
God, what was her name?
You get the distinct impression, you are positive that not only did she already know that, but she very well knows exactly who and probably the details of that battle. Very well.
Interesting.
And it kind of makes sense now that you think about it, as to why she immediately clocked all of you and directed her attention your way from the moment you showed up in Baldur's Gate.
We know this. We know things, so we drink.
Well, now I get to put another partly done next to the relationship with the Red Wizards.
I don't even have her name on the list. What was the dragon in her?
The Resmir?
Resmir, and she was
Galvin. And
Galvin,
and
that's it. Okay, I gotta put him in. Okay.
The Black Dragon was Resmir.
Resmir the black,
female,
and she was Galvin the blue.
And she's female.
Okay.
Galvin was the Red Wizard, Wormspeaker, had the blue mask, and he's male.
Got him. Those are the two that were in the cart that burned and got pissed.
During this interaction, whatever happened to that pesky little
Jamna?
yeah.
Jamna has been keeping her distance from you all since you basically have been wary of her and kind of brushed her off.
Did the time go off after the time when I was supposed to meet her at 6 o'clock or whatever in the evening, and something, and all of a sudden she's not mad or something? Do I have to worry about? Do I feel like I have to worry about? Something twist in my back?
She was. That's true. She was going to meet with you all one evening. So I'm just going to tell you, she didn't show up that evening, and
that's right. I was planning on standing her up anyway.
Does anyone confront her about it in any way, shape, or form? Like, ask a simple question, like, why didn't you come see us?
Alamir's not. His attention is somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I would have not gone out directly to say that to her, but I would have interlaced the jabs about it into conversations unrelated to it altogether. Something only she'd pick up on.
Yep, and
if she was overhearing.
And so, at a time and place that only you could hear, as she's walking close enough to you to not, be in your personal space, but close enough where only you could hear, she would make a comment, something to the effect of, well, your comments about me to the cultists made it very clear that we are not to be friends. Or, well, not that we would ever be friends, but I guess we're not working together after all. And she walks away.
I started to keep going on. That wouldn't even give me a reaction, really.
Hmm? So yes, so no, she does not meet with you.
I need to sleep with one eye open. Got it.
All right. And that, unless there's anything else special, that should bring us to the final day, which should be, that should bring us to the 20th, or actually, all the way to, how did that happen? 10, 20, no, through the fog. How did that happen? Oh, well, no, I know what happened. Yeah, that should bring us to the 20th of Flame Rule, end of the fifth 10 day, and ahead in the distance, you see the city of Waterdeep. It's a big map. It might take a little bit to load. There we go. Did for me. And you see the south gate shining in the distance. And if you all look in the journal, in the locations, cities, etc. folder, there is now one for Waterdeep, and you all have access to the main maps of Waterdeep. And the one you'd be walking into is the south ward.
I love the fact that they are so unsure about direction that they need two compasses to define which way the north is.
Just
throwing that out there.
And the fact one's off 2 degrees tells you the world is warped right there.
Well,
that's how you know
there's the magic ley lines, and then there's the magnetic north.
There are 5 compasses on there.
I was only on the bottom of the screen.
I'm looking at the whole thing.
Well, that's because the Cartographers Guild gets to make a lot of extra money. They get paid for full price for a map for every compass they put on it.
And the range for the number of feet, and why they only went to 1,000 when it's this big of a map, I have no idea. As a matter of fact, I think I know what the problem is. when they were making this map up and they were working all together and they were doing their whole filing with all this stuff and everything else, they were using the chi decimal system. And if they were using the chi decimal system, they would know how to properly do the map.
So, yeah. This is, in fact, the best, most detailed map with locations that you will find on the internet. It was done, I'd have to look it up in Reddit, but it was just done and put out there for free by a fan. So it's not even an official publication. So we're not gonna bash on it too much since it's somebody's personal work in their free time.
Can I ask a question though?
Yeah.
If you go up into the middle of the city, you see some numbers and letters and combinations and such like that. How much does, say, $27 equal to in gold? I want to ask because I want to buy the block if it's only $27.
So, that correspond. Yeah, that's because that's trade ward. And that's just the No, that's the T. What word is that? That's not.
It's a question that has no real purpose. Sorry.
No, I know. It's just interesting because I can't remember which one that is. That's not. Oh, maybe it's North. No, that's not North Ward. How come I can't? I have to look at the main one again. What is that?
Well,
C Ward. That's C Ward. And so for whatever reason they did dollar signs instead of an S. But anyway.
It means everybody there's for sale.
So, yeah. So you all walk through the south gate, and unlike Baldur's Gate, the wagons are able to walk right into the city. They're very large. The high road and the way of the dragon, all the way up, and the high road continues all the way up to the north gate. And so everybody just kind of takes their time and goes their separate ways to the various inns and taverns and warehouses that they are going to. The one Fidurla is the only cultist who goes out of her way to kind of come on over and say her goodbyes to all of you. And she says,
"Go ahead."
And she says, "I know we're only parting momentarily. As I know that you are going to be continuing with us to the north."
So, I asked her where. I mean, okay. First question: do I know Waterdeep, and how well do I know it?
You have spent a good of all the people here. You and Jinx have spent a good amount of time in Waterdeep.
Okay. I asked her, so where are you staying? Maybe, I mean, when are we leaving? Do we know? How long we're spending here?
You arrive at the end of a day, and you have the next day and then the following morning you're leaving. And we can hear you crunching, sir.
Oh, sorry, I'm dead mute.
So yeah, you basically have a day and a half. Where, I mean, as written, it's supposed to be longer, but that's unnecessary. So a day and a half.
Okay, then before she leaves, I'm going to ask her if she would meet for lunch at name a restaurant or a tavern.
And you name
tomorrow.
One that you know well.
A tavern at say noon tomorrow. That we can continue our conversation.
Here in South Ward, this little square that is like has the call out. The reason that's done is because in the books and developed writing of Waterdeep, that's probably one of the most well-known areas, and it has several taverns and the like.
Okay, so I'll meet her. Meet at the Bellisters. Not tavern.
No, no, no. We should be going to the yawning portal. It's got to be the place to go.
You could go to the yawning portal, absolutely.
And if we go to the yawning portal, you guys got to see it. There's a pit that you can go down into, and I hear you can get tons of stuff from there.
Suddenly, we jump adventures.
That would be interesting. Yes, it would.
So I want to set up a meeting with her to continue just interrogating each other. I mean, talking to each other. Casually. Nothing like interrogation. So just.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, no problem.
And where are we staying? Anybody? I mean, I know a really good place. Apparently, it's got a pit in it.
I don't necessarily mean you want to stay there.
Rain Run in Castle Ward. That is where Rain Run. So
now, is the caravan picking up the tab, or are we doing our own?
No. You're paying for yourself, and then you're catching back up. So, and actually, no, wait. So let's go through some things here. I'm not going to worry about exactly where locations are and such. Like, we know things are here, and we can
deal with that later.
Say we're going places. You're all paid for the trip. The 3 people who hired you, right? So, where is my document here? So Samardag pays Smock and Hef. So that's actually quite a bit. So that's going to be a total of let's see.
Doesn't Smock get two shares?
Smock.
No, I thought he talked him into guarding 2 different caravan or
no, you're right.
Wagons.
But that was at 5, right? So that was at 5. So that's a gold a day. That's 50 gold that Smock's getting paid.
Good job.
Yeah. And that is 300. So that's 30 gold that Hef gets paid. So not that I care that much what Hef has, but you never know. So let me that like quadrupled his gold.
Here, I'll hold it for him.
All right.
Spends it all in one spot.
So that is 20 gold for Alamir, and 25 gold each to Luna, Jinx, and Spot. And I'm going to write it down, but please don't let me forget to let Luna and Spot know that they earned 25 gold.
I'm putting it in the notes.
Thank you.
Okay, so Spot and Luna. 25 each, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it. It's in the notes. What time do we get into town?
So it's you get into town late evening, like probably around 4:30.
Plenty of time, early in the afternoon.
Yeah, but just before dinner.
My thought is, first thing would be to find a place to stay, and the second thing is go converse with other people to see what kind of information they have and anything I need to carry on to the next household or the next place. Try to do the faction-y stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you're looking to see where you can contact someone from the Harpers, which you hadn't. So Jinx. Roll. We'll go ahead and make a factions and politics roll. with advantage since you've been here before many times and you are a member of the faction.
I didn't roll it twice, but one of those two rolls should be fine.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No. You know exactly where to go. So, you know that here in Waterdeep, actually, you with a 20, you know where all the factions can be found, and they all have representation within the city.
On that note, does our certain little friend who's staying away from us tend to slink off, disappear in the shadows?
I have to say, with a 20, you don't know where that faction is.
Okay, you said all. That's why I want to make sure. It's like, well,
I meant all that your group belongs to.
Yep. Okay. Well, how do I know?
And the Lord's Alliance is easy because that's the Council of Waterdeep.
Yeah. But how do I know that they're really the Lord's Alliance and they're not just, a shadow ran by the
You don't. There's lots of rumors like that out there. People live on that stuff just like they do in our world.
So I will take note of any notes I actually had from Anthar Thune, and who is the contact in Waterdeep to report in for Order of the Gauntlet?
Yep. So the contact in. Well, first off, let's go the Harpers for Jinx. There is under Mount Waterdeep. There is Harper's Hold, which is a secret kind of meeting holding place that is only accessible either through teleportation stations or treacherous paths along the coast on the other side of the city. That is one, but that's not where you would go to report in. That's a secret, kind of a secret meeting place. Old Brinter Villa, which is an estate located on Delzerin Street in the North Ward, just south of Troll Skull Alley. There, the lady of the house, Ramalia Haventree, she is a sun elf, a noble, a well-known wizard of the city. That is the highest ranking, that's the faction leader and highest ranking Harper in Waterdeep. And you know that the current Blackstaff, whose name is Vajira Safar, is actually her daughter.
What race are they?
I'm sorry?
What race are they?
She is a sun elf.
Yeah, son elf, but her daughter.
Oh, her
Sorry.
daughter.
You never know. I know if she's half or she's a full son.
No, that's a good question. I'm pretty sure Vajira is also full elf, but let me just double check. Actually, do I have? I don't think I have Vajira in my listing. I don't think so, but let's just.
That's probably why I asked the question, because you didn't have it. You know how that works.
That is how it works. So right, Safar. It would help if my keyboard didn't add extra A's into things.
I don't know why I just pictured Michael Scott. Hey!
No, actually, well, that's not. Oh, you know what? She's human because she's adopted.
So less trustworthy, probably. Got it.
So that was a good question. Yes, so an adopted daughter.
So, how old is this adopted daughter?
How old is she?
Yeah, I mean, the alpha I understand is probably hard to tell if she's 100 years old or if she's 1,000 or whatever. But how old does a daughter look? Because humans obviously show their age a lot quicker.
She at this point would be around 45 to 50.
Okay, so she's nearing the high of her life, basically, and she's like an elder of sorts or whatever, along with her normal status. Cool.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to make that little note here. Okay.
Now we turn a different direction. We never talked about her again.
Probably, but you know what? The current Blackstaff of Waterdeep, since you're going to spend a lot of time potentially in Waterdeep through this campaign, may come into play. So this is valid information worth keeping track of. Okay. So the Order of the Gauntlet is in the Temple of Tyr. It's actually the Temple of the Triad, which is a temple to Tyr, Ilmater, and Torm. It's in Castle Ward, like I said, in the Halls of Justice. And the primary person in charge of it is a woman, human female, by the name of Savra Bellabranta. And the players, I know Spot's not here, but the players of Jinx and Alamir have heard that name before. So, in a previous campaign.
What was the name again?
Savra Bellabranta.
Yeah, right. Spell that.
Yeah. When.
Okay.
Let me just. I'll just copy.
We're
and paste it.
in. Where are we? Waterdeep.
So, here's and you'll know what I'm talking about. So, Jinx, you, and actually, Smot, go ahead and just make a general, just make an intelligence roll, straight intelligence, just to kind of see. Okay. So you know her name, you know where to find her, but you don't really know anything about her.
And you said she's Order of the Gauntlet?
Yeah. So, So Jinx, you may not know, and actually, Jinx and Alamir, you both know the name Bellabranta. It is the noble family in Waterdeep that raises the griffins that are used by the city watch to defend the city.
Big are these griffins? And can you see them flying around now, or are they not just? Are they kind of things that are kind of just kept away until they need them?
No, they're active. So you will see griffin riders.
So they're the air cavalry.
Yeah, and there are griffin riders seen above the city on a regular basis every day. Jinx. Go ahead and with your 20 on factions and politics, you know a little bit more about this one. You know that she has a dark history that she is trying to atone for. Approximately, where are we at? About 12 years ago, she belonged to an organization called the Feathergale Knights, and which ended up being a cover group for the Cult of the Howling Hatred, trying to bring about the return of the Princes of the Apocalypse.
I just want you to know that those are two amazing band names.
Was the face for the witch cult?
The Cult of the Howling Hatred.
Yes. So do you remember in the Prince of the Apocalypse when the one of the first things you did when you went into the hills, there was the tower that you snuck in, assaulted and went into, and had like that dinner, and then you ended up having the battle on the top, and then you got onto griffins and had a flying battle.
And Patrick was flying. Was jumping.
Yeah.
I heard the stories told in taverns and bars when I was a younger kid.
Well, she was the member of that organization that supplied the griffins.
Okay.
So
Sounds
she now is a paladin of Tyr and is working to atone for the evil acts she committed. And
So she's a paladin Tyr.
You will hear that story, I'm sure, in just the day you are here, Smock. So you will know that too, eventually.
She's a paladin of Tyr, and leader of the Order of the Gauntlet, leader of the city, and wow,
she's done well.
Well,
she's doing well.
Her family is a wealthy, noble family of the city. I mean, she had a lot of support in not going to jail. So.
Yeah,
even in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some people who apparently all they did was jaywalk got thrown.
Nepotism is big in this family. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. When games mimic life, yes.
There's only really one thing that Alamir needs to do while in this city, unless you have something more for him to do. He wants to go and find. He's gonna reach into his bag of many things, which is technically a bag of holding, and feel for a juvenile displacer beast legendary skin.
Yes.
If he can find someone who could make this into potentially a displacer cloak.
If only you knew someone.
If only I knew someone.
If only you knew someone so connected in the world that they knew exactly where to take that to.
Please log in through the Google Home app.
You know, that like someone who
Google.
It's the last day of the week when you arrive.
Yeah, but month, year, or the month and year, or the month and day. But 20th, 14th.
Yeah, it's 20. So it is the 20th of Flame Roll. So, now seriously, Alamir, you know someone, and now that you're like thinking about this, go ahead, make an intelligence check for me.
Like on me or the character?
The character.
Okay.
It's you too, because I've given this hint so many times.
Probably. Oh my God! He broke his. He had a stroke.
So natural 1, yeah, that would be why it never occurred to you before, because it still doesn't. You're just like, all right, you need to try to find. So the thing that you know is that the world is kind of messed up. You're in the largest city, and there are places to buy magic items, but other than the Wizards Guild, which you could go to, you don't really. There are no shops that just make magic items.
Correct. Which is why I want to try and get in touch with 2 people. Which I know having wizard shops and stuff, and I can get the message. Cantrip. I want to talk to Mojari. Back from home. See if he knows anything. That's 1. And 2, where is he?
Is this a conversation you're having with your companions too?
No.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I should. No. God, who was the name of the Obi-Wan Kenobi? Obe.
Obslin?
Obe.
Yeah. So Obe, you're thinking of your mentor.
Yes, my mentor from Candlekeep. Obe.
Got it. Okay.
Because I asked him when we were in Greenest, where the hell were we?
And he
when we ran into him.
Yeah, and he didn't really know, did he?
He didn't, but he went back to Candlekeep, so I can talk to him to ask at Candlekeep to get me back the information.
Okay.
There's more people there. Who the heck is Obslin? No, he's yeah, okay. He's barred. Those are the two directions I'm going.
Okay.
Merchant side and then Candlekeep side. And I'm hoping and praying that at least Candlekeep side can give me the who or the what I need, and then possibly my what the hell's his name? Mojari can give me the who it is.
All right. So how are you contacting them?
I'm going to use message because I think I can that can go forever and a day. But I'm going to have to wait 8 hours to send the message.
Well, you could have. So
It's a cantrip, or I can go to the wizard's message
or
center.
you can just have been thinking about this as you approach the
Yeah,
Waterdeep
and then memorize.
and done it separate each day. That's fine.
Got the message. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we'll do that. But I am sending it to the school through Obey and back to town with Majari. And Majari could also talk to my father in that town to find out to see if anybody knows,
Okay.
or use the merchant network. Okay. And I know I gotta wait, so I'll wait.
Yep. So,
Besides that, Elmir's gonna stay at the tavern and drink. As I said, unless you have another
no, that's
direction
fine.
for Alamir.
Nope, that works.
And wherever we're staying, we're all gonna stay in connected rooms, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Wherever that is.
So and Spot.
Yeah, that should be fun.
So a few things. Well, let's do this. I guess we won't jump out of order here. So, okay.
Oh my God, we can see smoke.
Huh?
Finally turned his camera.
Oh. Okay. So
Your right eye was looking really good.
Yeah, well, I have so many windows open on my on my 3 screens now. So I'm just looking here just because I can't see anything there. Never mind. Okay. So let's start. We'll start with Jinx, then we'll go to Smock, and then we'll go to Alamir. So Jinx, you go to Elbrenter Villa and to meet with Ramalia Haventree. And I'm just showing it to everyone. So this is Ramalia Haventree. She, she dresses the part of a noble. And when you get to the villa and identify yourself, the guards and servants let you in and take you to a waiting room. And not that it matters, but actually I don't know if Alamir would have gone with you, but Spot definitely would. So yeah, she walks in, not dressed exactly like this picture, but in definitely in finery. She is dressed in a green, a very light green, a very pale green satin with white lace. She is carrying her wand, and she is definitely made up so that she could leave and walk out on the street. She's it is a full dress, and she walks in and gracefully half curtsies and says, "Welcome, Jinx, Spot, or Jinkin." She would call you Jinkin. Jinkin, Spot, I have heard much of your travels. So, what um, what can I do for you?
Oh, we just came to share all the stuff we've heard over this in the streets in the last little while, and oh yeah, I had a quick flourish because I forgot to. um, and um, I would go on talking about. I always mess up that halfling's name. Not halfling's name. That little person's name.
Well,
To keep a watch out for this Gemma person.
with Gemma.
Yeah,
She
I
does.
just. And then I comment about how she might have it out for me, and I might, have a death arc on me. Oh, I look her around. So it's just us. It's just us three in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spot her and myself. I unsheath the dagger and show her the dagger, and ask her what she knows of the dagger. If she could enlighten if there's any other things she might know about that I don't know yet, basically.
Oh, I'm sorry. And what was the last part?
To see if there's anything she knows about that I don't know, and mention it to the last soul it took was my brother, and I'm just looking for a way to get him back, but seeing if she knows if there's any other ways.
She goes, this is incredible craftsmanship. I've never seen anything like it. The runes and such on it are strange. I know much of Mistra's magic, but not. I've never seen its like. Does it?
I'm pretty sure it's a little on the evil side, to be fair.
Really?
I mean-
Where did you get it?
About 10 years and X number of months ago, when I was a kid, there was an occurrence of a thing that happened in our city, and it was used to slay, took the soul of my brother, and was left. And I've been spending the last 10 years of my life trying to figure out how to get him back or take his place.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That is terrible. But there are my daughter is the Black Staff. There are researchers in the of the local mages and many wizards, and within the city there's the group in Candlekeep, which I know that your friend Alamir is associated with. There are many groups that could help with that. How did you find out so much information about it in the first place? I can tell just from looking at it that it is probably beyond my ability to discern details. I would have to take it to mages far more adept at divination than I am.
I had a way to get the information from them. Sometimes you just had to say the right things to get them to talk.
I see.
No threats.
Oh, of course. Very interesting. Yes. Well, if you would like to, leave it with me. I would try to find out more for you. I cannot personally help you.
I'm sorry. I can't leave it out of my possession.
I understand. It is deeply personal. I have felt such loss myself. It is not that long ago that my husband was killed, assassinated. That is why I've dedicated my life as I have and joined the Harpers to fight against such evils.
Who, if you may ask, who killed your husband, and are they still out there?
Some of those involved were brought to justice or met their deserved fates, but the greater powers driving them are out there still. They will someday. I shall uncover them.
I mental note to myself, and I would thank her for my part, and I would let Spot and her converse for a second. And I know Spot was sleeping, eating his berries or whatever, but
and she does not have any information other than what you know. Although, she does know one thing that she has found out, that it is rumored that there is a similar caravan. That there is a similar caravan headed towards Luskin, in the northern part of the world. At least it is believed that the cult had a caravan headed that direction. It is unknown. They don't know why, but
were any of the northern towns attacked?
Yes.
Or recently and with the dragon involved?
Yes, there were raids. All the raids seem to have stopped though, about a month ago, or maybe 4 weeks. Yeah, about 4. Actually, I guess that there would be 10 days.
But I'm talking about raids north of Waterdeep here.
Yes,
as well.
And not directly north, but in the interior. In the northern interior, yes.
It's not good. Is there any information that you would like us to pass on as we continue our travel north?
There is no one of import further north where you are going.
Okay.
And the other places of north of here, the other holds of governance, we have we have direct ways to communicate with them, such as in Silvery Moon.
And just because before I have to stop, I did have to ask her. So I know I missed it, but how was Lyria's night?
Yes, that is a time of interesting revelry. It was a particularly interesting one this year. There was, it kind of spilled out into the streets, and there were, let us say that there was some inappropriate joy making happening in the alleys. There was a group of nobles of young nobles, young men and women in their mid to late teens, who decided that it would be a perfect day to practice unrivaled levels of debauchery and pranks.
Oh, I remember doing that when I was younger. That was so. Oh wait, I'm only 18.
But yes, we shall.
Thank you.
We shall. I don't believe it shall happen again anytime soon. The families were in the families of those involved were very embarrassed.
And not to mention, I mean, it is another year away.
Yes, one never knows. But no one was hurt. That is what matters.
I'm hoping to get him back in time for Aharon's Day?
What is that?
It's the one where it's about bards performing songs and telling stories.
That's right. Of course. That is a particular time of joy in this city. I'm sure you've been here before for that event.
Yes. It's one of my favorite ones, actually. But I always seem to miss that first one, that other one, Lyria's Day. I always miss that one. Every time.
I do have a particular thought for you on that dagger of yours.
I hand on the hilt.
Have you perchance mentioned it or shown it to Obslin Minstrelish?
Picture.
So that's you've seen this guy in several places.
Oh,
he's the
turkey
seneschal of
guy.
Twilight Hall. The one who sent you the message about the stash inside the Mirror of Dead Men.
No, I have not shown it to him. No, I have not. He does seem like the most trustworthy type, even though his position in whatever seems the right one. He just came across as not the most trustworthy individual.
She laughs. And, yes, I could see where one would get that impression.
He's short.
One's size matters not.
Unless you're running away from a dragon.
But just simply think on this. He knows the location of every single item of power and resource of potential use to the Harpers throughout all of Western Faerun.
So he's the one I should talk to. Got it.
Yes, he is. He may, and he knows so much, and he is knowledge beyond his years and demeanor. If you get my meaning, there is,
yes.
And if he could not help you personally, he would know where you could go to find out everything you might want to learn about the item.
I sigh and like, oh, okay.
So, just a thought. Next time you're down in the realm of Burdusk.
I think when I saw him last, I just didn't even think about it at the time.
Yeah.
He
was actually in the room when the dagger was being looked at by the woman.
Yeah, no. Okay. Right. Yeah, cool. Thank you. I have a question. Does she really hold her wand like she's holding like a dagger or like a super long?
She's not even holding it. It's actually on her like a little sash.
Okay.
It's and she has other things on. Like she would always have other things on her as well. And as you're finishing the conversation, you see her pull out a carving of a raven and just kind of twirl it in her hands as she's finishing the conversation. And so she says, stay safe while you are here. I shall let a few people know that you are around and ensure that you'll have safe travel in the morning. I believe you will. I don't know of anyone other than supplies merchants who travel north of here. They sell their goods to Neverwinter, or at least the town being rebuilt on the north side of the Mirror of Dead Men. in order to help rebuild the roads, to reconnect us to the major to that city. It's a major endeavor being held by Lord Neverwinter. So we will have to ensure that you can travel with with that group. I'm sure it will be a much smaller caravan than what you got used to traveling here.
Well, that's quite fine. I mean, the last caravan, the caravan we had a entire caravan that had just this little floating gargoyle who didn't do anything.
Really? How interesting. Well, hopefully, hopefully it will be an uneventful trip, and you shall learn much when you reach your destination. And she goes over to walks over to a window and opens it, holds the carving in her hand, and whispers a few words, and it magically transforms into a live raven, or what looks like a live raven, and she whispers into it, and then it flies away.
Was I able to hear what she said?
No, you were not. Make a perception check. Go ahead and make a perception check. So she gets a good plus to that. So you almost hear, but not quite. So it's a short little message, and probably because the words were recently part of your conversation, you might hear the words caravan and travel and things like that. So
We were given a location at one point on where they were kind of headed.
yeah, and probably part of your conversation with her could be you're you'll meet up with groups. They'll probably be in the trade district at some point in the warehouses. There's probably a warehouse that you need to go to, and then similar to in Baldur's Gate, tomorrow morning everyone will gather in the upper downs before heading out, heading north through the North Gate.
And again, Spot does his thing, whatever that would be.
And Spot would do. Spot does his thing, whatever it is. Good job, Spot. And is that it?
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna go ahead, like I said, continue to talk with townspeople and everything else, and
Yep.
be just out there.
Excellent. So you and Spot are probably traveling together.
Yep. He's my old leader from back in the day.
Yep. Smock.
So yeah, I go to the Castle Ward, the Hall of Justice, and I'm looking to make contact with Savra Bellabranta.
Yes. So, and you do. So you make your way to the Hall of Justice, the Halls of Justice, to the temple, and it is a grand. It's one of the that there's really. I don't think there's been a. I think we established there had never been a reason for you to come to Waterdeep before.
Correct.
So this is the first time you've been here, and this is probably the largest, most majestic temple you've ever seen. The Temple of Bahamut is in Elturel, is by design, not necessarily, and by the faith and belief of Bahamut is not ostentatious or really huge.
Right.
It's very modest, similar to like if you ever went to the graveyard in Sleepy Hollow. New York, you can go to the Rockefeller Mausoleum, and it's huge, huge and ostentatious. You go to the grave of what's the name of the Scottish millionaire from that same time frame? The one who created the basis of our credit system and our education. What's his name? It's really bad. My mind is blanking.
Anybody who maybe went into education for teaching may know the name, or should know the name, but anybody else?
No. Actually, it's one of the most famous.
Carnegie. Carnegie.
Carnegie. Thank you very much. Carnegie. You go to Carnegie's, where Carnegie is buried, and you will see nothing more than a nicely carved shaft of stone about 7 feet high. Not even a mausoleum, because that is like that. It's that his belief system was not about right. Anyway, I don't know why my mind went there. It just.
To be fair, I always thought that was just some guy who had that thing, one hall place, whatever. They just did music and stuff. I had no idea it was about education.
Yeah, he
money, and he gave a lot back to the world.
Yep, he did. He was one of the world's first huge philanthropists.
Yep.
Anyway, this is the, even though Bahamut is aligned with these gods, with all three of them, but this is far beyond anything that he would ever care to showcase in terms of his own for his own followers. But so it is impressive in terms
knowing the relationship between Bahamut and Torm. I'm a little surprised at the ostentatiousness of this display, in fact.
Well, and Ilmater as well. But Torm in general is more of the ostentatious religious order. Tyr as well can be as well, but Tyr, not to the level that Torm can be. But all of them together make this very, very large and grand. So you ask about Savra and are taken to see her. She is in in an office that has a large. She's behind a large desk doing some paperwork. When you meet with her, I need to show everybody. Here we go. And she is sitting there, signing some papers, looking over, reading some various, opening a scroll and reading some missives. Looks up and says, "Be with you in a moment. Have a seat." And she motions over to a large table with a map of the city. And it actually is a three-dimensional carved map of the city. It's very beautiful. And there are chairs all around it.
I take a seat per her direction.
Yep. It is about a little over 4 minutes later. She goes, this paperwork is just never ends. Okay. So, Smock is it? And she walks over and she grasps her hand firmly.
I give a firm but not overbearing handshake back.
Well, welcome to Waterdeep. I have heard much of your work in service to the light, and it is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Happy to help and here to report on the last part of our journey. Are you aware of everything going on? And then I get into the whole details of everything we've learned, all the way along the way from Green Nest, kind of probing at first, just saying, how much do you actually know? And then I would add or fill in whatever she maybe doesn't quite have a grasp of. Um, just trying to, get the trail. When do I start telling her everything she doesn't already know?
So it's been, uh, it's been over a month and a half since you left Baldur's Gate. She knows pretty much. She knows everything that you told to the leader in Burdusk,
Okay.
or in Burdusk in Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
So
Okay.
she is up to date on everything that you knew prior to leaving.
Then, in the name of recording information, does she wish to have somebody to take notes, or is she good as far as the information? Because I want to make sure that if something does happen to me, that the order knows exactly what's what and when it happened.
When you mention that that you're going to have new information, and if that sounds like it's a significant amount, she goes, one moment, Livara, please come in. And this young lady comes in, looks like dressed like a scribe of some type, an assistant, and sits down with a roll of a stack of papers and a pen, and begins taking notes as you talk.
Okay. And then I go ahead and fill in on everything. I am doing the long version. I am sharing anything and making sure to discern between here are the facts, here's my suspicions, and then they can take note. And here's, why did I have those suspicions? I saw these behaviors, and basically tell the long version in detail in case anything that I may have missed is useful for them.
Excellent. Make it's actually would be your mind works in terms of organizing knowledge about these organizations and how they work in a way other people's don't. So roll in one of your evil organizations rolls. Excellent. So you provide a very solid, detailed, well-organized outline of what you believe you've learned, including some maybe comments and other things that you've learned from listening to or talking to Niran and Fedurla.
Yes.
The interaction that, up to including the interaction that you had with Iberius, and just anything that might be useful to the order in terms of their knowledge about the cult.
Yeah, my burning curiosity is the cult, and then how do the Red Thay wizards fit in? Clearly, there's a strong connection, having shared what we do know, but I don't quite understand the whole connection. So,
and that now, like, she is very interested with that. And she asks, well, she does ask you, well, this red wizard that joined the cultists in Daggerford, did you happen to talk to him?
Obviously, if I did, I would remember, but me, the player, doesn't remember.
You didn't actually.
Okay.
After
Okay.
I didn't bring it up again on purpose because he was not bringing attention to himself, but nobody followed up on that. None of you did anything with him on the 10-day trip.
No, we were distracted.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Well, perhaps he shall be continuing the trek with you as they continue northward. If so, perhaps it would be a good time to see what you can learn from him.
Brilliant idea. Yes, we will do so. By the way, where is the best ale house? On the which side are we staying in our group? We're
You,
staying on the north ward or north
yeah. So you are. Well, no, actually, you're. I think you're staying in the South Ward.
south.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
you got a place when you first came into town, and that's where, like, general adventures and stuff usually stay. So, um,
Just looking
and
for a really good tanker to ale to get the month and a half of the road trip out of the mouth.
she'll give you a name of a place
Okay. Very good.
that she likes to go. Like, she'll give you the name of one in Castle Ward that she goes to herself after a hard day, long day of work. And she'll also give you one in South Ward.
Okay. Very good. And then we're heading to looks like Mirror of Dead Men and a chapel site. Does she have any information, intel, or anything around that? Anything current or rumor? Either one.
So, I just want to clarify something. Are you asking about you said chapel.
Yeah, I wrote down chapel here, and I'm trying to
The chapel
discern my notes.
is
Yeah.
is in the center, and that's the location of the stash that Obslin sent the letter to you about. The Castle Neritar is where
That's it.
you believe the goods from the raids is going to.
Neritar. So Neritar would be the question.
Okay. She has not heard anything new. She did know that information that you had learned that that's where it's supposed to be going. And the order has been asking, trying to find out, see if there's any word on the street, as it were, about anything interesting going on with Castle Neritar in the last decade that it's been, or 7 years that it's been out of use. And no one has heard anything. There's no new information, nothing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Of course. I wish I could be of more help, but if ever you are in need, and if you find your way back here, I know that resources are gathering, and that soon there will be the leaders of the various factions and organizations interested in ensuring that the cult is unsuccessful in its work to try to bring Tiamat into this world are stopped. That there will be some we will be holding council to share and discuss information. I'm sure, and I know that I am going to be on part of those discussions. So any information you can bring me would be helpful.
It'll be my pleasure to bring you anything I know.
Thank you.
I do have a favor possibly to ask. I understand you raise griffins.
Yes, my family has been doing so for generations.
I have a young ward in my charge that would be just fascinated to see some of your griffins and spend a little bit of time with them. And as well as, okay, I'll admit it, I would be interested too.
For the first time in this this evening's conversation with her, you see her very stern, serious demeanor break, and she smiles warmly, and she says, yes, I understand, of course. I hear you have a ward from Greenest under your care, and that he is helping you. Certainly, I can make the arrangements. I will have word sent to your inn in the morning.
I appreciate that. It's good for him, and him being my ward helps make up for past sins, because sometimes you make mistakes in the past, but you try to make them right as best you can with duty and service.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That is
Yeah,
all we
I knew
can
that.
do.
Very good.
Excellent.
So I am done unless she has anything else, parting shots or otherwise.
Nope, nope. She's all business. She thanks you, and is not necessarily abrupt, but very businesslike in ending the meeting and going back to her paperwork.
Okay, very good.
Excellent.
I bow and leave.
Fantastic. All right. Alamir. First off, who did you contact first?
Mike.
Thanks. Yeah.
Sorry, I had it muted on both just to make sure you didn't hear my crunching.
There we go. Appreciate it.
Okay. I owe you. So, for Majori would be the first person because it's back home, and I feel I can trust him with anything, and I think he knows everything
Of course.
because of where he's been, what he's seen.
So all the way back. So you contact Mojari. What do you ask specifically with your sending?
Well, since I only have 20 words,
is it 20 or 25?
I thought it was 20. Let me make sure. Spells, message is and only one target. You cast a spell through.
Wait a minute, but message is the cantrip.
Yeah, that was what thought I was doing, and that can go. No, yeah, sorry, it's sending. Sending is what I need.
Yes, exactly.
Sending. Come on, sending. Where are you? I don't have it in my doohickey. Yeah, I do. 3rd level. 25 words.
Yep.
25. Okay, so you're all right. So basically, my message to Majari, and we talked about it in the past that if there was going to be a message, I'm not going to say, "Hi, Majari, how's life going? How's the wife?" Nothing of that. It would just be, Majari, need help finding business or person to make legendary displacer beast hide into displacer cloak in where the hell are we?
Waterdeep.
In Waterdeep.
Okay.
That would be the same message I'd say to Obi, except for I'd add, please ask around.
Okay.
Because he's in Candlekeep.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's easily within. And he gets 25 words to respond.
Mm-hmm.
So what you roll me a luck roll, and I will roll his mercantile.
So 2 10s based on history, I should get something higher than a 4. A 9. Yes. It's higher than a 4.
Hello, my friend. It's good to hear from you. Hope all is well. I am so very sorry. Mojari does not know who could help with that.
And then he gets cut off.
He has a few more, but he cuts off right in the middle as he's talking. Yeah.
Then it wouldn't have been in the middle of him like saying the answer. Like he was going to say he didn't know, but it made it sound like he was going to give him the answer.
Right. He's talking. He's like, I wish I could. Oh wait, no, I know exactly who. You go and see.
Now that's just cruel.
That's so appropriate.
That's just mean, Tom.
No, he doesn't do that. He really is very apologetic, very happy to hear from you. He really he knows where to buy the items, but not who would make them.
Understood.
He, similar to your father, Majari is kind of like he buys lots of adventure found
buy low, sell high,
to disperse to collectors and other people who sell.
Okay.
So, So then you're going to ask Obi, right?
Yep, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So, wow. So let's see. Candlekeep.
So let's see.
Obi.
How lucky can I be on this one?
All right.
Doesn't
So
that guy look like one of the maesters from the wall?
Yeah.
oh, from
Yeah, sorry.
from the Night Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
All
Better
right.
than a
So
9.
okay. Well, it is Candlekeep. And he gets assistant since he's at Candlekeep. Yeah. Still not the best. So he says, you hear him. Alamir, I am not finding exactly what you're looking for on short notice. I will keep looking, and as soon as a resource is found, I will send you the information.
Okie dokie. And there's one more person I'm going to send a message to.
Yeah? Who's that?
That's going to be, what's his name? Obslin Minstrelwish, and ask him if he's in town.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you send him in. I guess I'm going to open him up too since we're doing this. There we go. Obslin.
Currently, he's sitting on a rock up against a tree.
I really wish there was a more high-res image of him, but that's okay. You send a message, and you send that you asked the exact same thing.
But I'm going to add, happen to be in Waterdeep?
There's not an immediate response. And then you hear a little chuckle. And yes, the chuckle comes through almost like so it takes up a word as the chuckle comes through.
These dice are broken. Oh no, now it works. Okay.
You do realize I do this as a luck roll because
yeah, I know.
Like what you just rolled, there's only a 3% chance for it. So
yeah, but the others I rolled were a 90% chance.
Yeah, well, the middle of the road, the bell curve for 2d10 is huge.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, there's a chuckle. Well, finally. I was wondering when you were going to ask me about that beautiful pelt of yours. In Waterdeep, are you? And he says, there is a private party. You'll find them, and he gives you the name of a place. And it would be a place in probably Seaward. It'd be a place in Seaward. And he then gives you a name.
Okay.
And I have a name. One sec here. Just need to open it someday. And he says, still expensive, but call in a favor in my name. And that's the end of the message.
And the name is just a name?
No, I'm going to give you a name. Hold on.
Oh, that's fine. I put it in notes. It's somewhere in the C ward. Hopefully I get a name of a person and...
Yes. So the name is where the heck is it?
I don't know.
Yes. So the name is Paneth Grimborn. I'll type it in here. Yep, Paneth Grimborn. And It's they live somewhere up along like the northern side of Diamond Street.
Okay, so Seaward. Open it up. The northern side of Diamond Street. Got it.
Okay.
That's that. I would say thank you, but I only have one spell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's all he's doing the day of arrival. This just gathering that information, and he's meeting up with Chicky at noon tomorrow. So he's just staying in the tavern. He's not going anywhere.
Right.
Or in tavern, whatever it is.
So you all go back to your tavern. Has somebody happened to look at that area and found a tavern
Find
they
somewhere?
recognize? Or we can just do that really quick.
South Ward.
Yes.
Guild Hall. The tavern. The Sword's Rest. Where's the inn? Are all the taverns inns also?
So there's Safe Haven Inn. There's got to be a better one than that.
Sorry, I got a cat in front of me.
No problem. I guess a lot of times it's really just like Sword's Rest and the different. Safe Haven is the only inn that I see off the top of my head here. So.
What number? What's its number?
S41.
So the question, I guess, then would be: does Alamir know this inn, and is it a good inn? Because he should know where merchant would stay and not stay.
Yeah, I don't know what the B3 means, but
it's got to be side coordinates, you know. That big kitty. But they got cut off, it looks like.
So
because the highest it goes up to is 4.
So it's a 3-story. It's 2 buildings that are 3 stories tall. So it's big, good size. It has private booths. In addition to the common room, a bar, a large fireplace. Kitchen has its own service entrance. So it's a really big place. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna set up shop in the tavern part, and I'll get the rooms for the 5 of us.
And it's on a courtyard called Kerrigan's Court.
Yep. It's in that little nook in the middle.
Yep. So that's so you all are going to go meet back up there. Luna.
I had the question before: are we doing 2 per room, or are we doing singles? I'm asking the party. I know half is going to be with you, Spock.
Yep.
Do you want to?
We can do 2 per room.
That's fine. Yeah, we're going to put Luna and Spot together.
Okay.
That'll be the stinky room.
Exactly. And our room is going to have a tiny hut protecting us.
And we'll there's Luna seems contemplative after going to see
his hookup,
her contact for the Emerald Enclave. But we'll deal with that next time. So all right. So you all get back. Actually, Smock. It's not this place. Actually, the name that was given to you by Savra would have been that one. No, where is it? The Red Gauntlet. Actually, does that sound right? No, hold on. That doesn't sound right. One sec. I have a feeling I know what the letters mean here. So let's use instead. Or maybe not. Oh, I know what they mean. It has nothing to do with it. Yeah. So the red gauntlet.
Okay.
What those letters and numbers? That's actually a lot of times these maps will be given with letters and numbers for like location.
Yeah.
You can find the square
Yeah.
Sure.
on the map.
Sure.
So that's what it is.
Numbers along the side, letters along the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, and all it was the best ale in Waterdeep. Is all I was really looking for.
So were you going to do that tonight?
Yeah, the plan was to go back to the gang and say, hey, if you guys are interested, we can go out for a beer.
You'll find Alamir very okay with that. He's just been enjoying the end of the end of the Safe Haven Inn, but he's always willing to travel and walk around.
Well, I'm up for it too. If nothing else, I can overhear other conversations.
We're just gonna put Spot and Alamir in the room.
Well,
sleeping together.
Sleeping. That's right.
Spot and Alamir?
Well, Alamir's going to barely be in his hyena form, so.
Or how about Luna?
Oh, sorry, Luna. Yeah, no. Luna and Spot. That's right.
Yes, I know Alamir was like working on new spells, but I wasn't.
Yeah, but.
So you go out, and Spot has found a group of local urchins who he wants to tail and maybe help direct them away from getting into trouble.
Okay.
And Luna is just still very contemplative, deep in thought, and thinking of going and spending some time, maybe out in the grass by the south gate. Yeah, and just kind of walk out in nature for a while to think clearly.
Okay, very good.
So
the four of us will be going to the Red Dragon, including Hef.
Including Hef. All right. Hef is excited. Have you told Hef about what was going to happen tomorrow?
I said we may have some special arrangements for Hef, and I guess I'll invite the whole crew just to say we have some interesting animal husbandry to possibly take a look at, and maybe we can learn a little bit about griffins.
Ah. Yeah, Hef is very excited.
Sounds good.
I just need to find something here. I think this works. Nah, not this one. Okay, I'm gonna randomly do something here.
Go on, roll it. So let's see.
Well, somebody roll me a d4.
Not me. I suck. Seriously, tonight, not good.
Yeah, 4.
That's okay, Al. You're not allowed to roll either.
Wait, what? I can't see. What is it?
It doesn't matter to me because here's the thing: whatever the roll is, the roll is.
Is it a 1?
Decide. The ones are good, ones are bad.
Suddenly, there's a dragon on the roof of the.
Was it a 1?
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Okay. Okay. Then, sorry, because I was looking at other stuff. Here we go. So I just need to let me grab you guys.
I don't give you permission to grab me.
You have no say in the matter, sir.
You've been grabbed. I'm sorry.
That's called assault.
He's been violated. Yeah.
Bad touch.
Yeah, no means no.
In any language.
You know what is really exciting about this? I'll tell you what's really exciting is I don't have to grab horses too this time. So,
Yeah,
look, and Hef actually came in with the right number of hit points for once. Yay! All right. So, I don't know, whatever. You have to grab yourself. So, you guys are walking along, and you're turning right to head down to this establishment. All of you make perception checks. It's nighttime, so it's dark. There's a few people walking around on the street. Some of them a little inebriated.
We can see fine in the dark, though.
What the hell? This game tonight.
I don't. Do
I have like a
see
plus
that?
27 and I get 9.
You've been having some bad rolls. I'll
Oh my god.
that.
So hopefully we're not getting into a fight. That's all Alan is
Today's,
hoping.
I think what happened is today's the first day I've actually rolled higher overall score with 10 in perception. Because every time I've been like, ooh, butterflies.
Yep.
So I think I stole whatever you had just to take
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it's okay. I'll fix it.
This is not what I needed. Actually, what I need is I need to go to my master token sheet.
Have we had a long
which I
rest
shouldn't
since
really
we
be
traveled
showing
here?
to everyone, but I'm in anyway because oh well.
No. We
We
have
did not
We might have
sleep
had a
at all
short
in the
rest.
last day and a half.
After
the
yeah,
fight?
no,
Short rest?
everyone has had long rests since.
Oh, you have?
Since the last time
the
you
orc
fought.
fight.
Yeah, because it's been several days. This is really not.
Did we get a
good.
Did we get a highly inspirational speech in the
With a
morning?
temp?
I think you get that every day, don't you?
Well, I don't know. It depends if you decide to speak or not. With I don't know if maybe he decided. I don't feel like speaking today.
Smock, what do they get?
Bahamut is good. Take that.
There we go.
We all take negative 40 points.
Alright.
We're dumber for it. Yes.
Pretty much.
I am
8?
really.
8 temp? Yeah, no.
8. Yep.
Yes. 8.
Bobcat or nothing else. Yeah, I think Alamir's probably had a couple of drinks already, so he is feeling a little bit, probably a little happy, a little.
Oh, there we
okay
go.
with it?
I found what I was looking for now. I had to find these because they're not in roll. They're definitely not in roll 20 because I had to create them all uniquely in D&D Beyond. I need this one right here, right? No. Ooh, no, not that one. This one.
No, do that one.
So Smock, you're walking along. You make a turn, and you notice something peeking around the gable up on the right side. Whoops. That's
It's
not
us.
correct.
Doppelgangers.
Freaky.
Wrong one. That would be weird.
Attacked by a pack of
it's
doppelgangers.
Doppelgangers.
It's
Take
not
out
letting
Alamir
me-
first.
It's not letting me. Okay, you know what? I got to do this a different way. Oh, I know why. It's because the other window I have open is in incognito. I can't cross copy and paste. At least that sounds reasonable to me. So
Yeah, we'll just believe you. I mean, you're it's all you.
yeah. So let's see if this works.
There
you
you go.
So I'm pretty sure you can't see. Nope. Okay. You see this creature poke its head around the edge, and then you see additional motion from a second. Oh, Jesus, I'm on the wrong.
Doppelgangers.
Sorry, guys. Let me just. Do
It's
this.
okay. Don't worry.
All right. Another one poking around the other gable, and they begin rushing the edge and dropping down. So I'm just going to move. This one's starting to drop down, and this one's dropping down. Smock, what's your initial reaction? What do you do?
Do we get a reaction?
Say
Or do we
you
get
don't
an
get to. You can react verbally, or you can do something, including. You can use your reaction to do something real quick. What do you do?
Define, is it a reaction? Or is it like we can use a bonus action?
You're using your reaction as either an action or bonus action or move. How's that? Just smart.
All right. And what I do is I say, heads up, things coming from above. Don't have any idea what they are. How would you describe them? I mean, what do I see?
So you literally see this black scaled humanoid creature. It looks like a demon. This is what it looks like.
Oh wow. Okay.
think I can.
No,
Nope.
you could suggest a good blacksmith because it looks like one of their weapons is really like nasty and needs to be cleaned.
Yep.
I suggest some linseed oil.
I try to grab Hef and Jinx and pull them back.
Okay, so you move half your movement, and you can move Hef and Jinx. Do you allow him to pull you?
Yeah.
Okay, then you move down 15 too. There we go. And then let's go ahead and as he does that, you all look and you see these creatures.
Does Alamir get a
you don't.
reaction?
Only Smok.
Oh, that's right. His perception. That's right. He saw it. You're right.
Yep. So let's go ahead and is it that? There we go. Let's roll some initiative.
Come on, number two. Number two.
I think I can do it like this, and then you know what?
Yep.
I'll bet you this won't work. Let's see. Yep, I knew it wouldn't.
Alamir's going left.
I knew it wouldn't because the window that I had to end up using, I need to fix this for next week, is incognito. So let's add a turn. And then we'll add what I rolled.
No, I forgot. Put me in with a 4.
And I'm gonna do each of them separate.
You can just click on yourself again and roll it again and just change the number.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have the second roll?
No.
Nope.
Well, yeah.
Unless it's lower, you know.
Okay, I'll put a 4 in there.
I got it. There we go. And other than switching those, I think that's it. Oh wait, Hef. Sorry. Actually, let me do this correctly here. If I click on Hef here, and then I can click on Hef.
Do I still have your inspiration? Because it didn't work that last time?
No.
No, it still only lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the only difference between inspiration now is every time you roll it, if you're gonna miss and you roll it 1 so you don't actually hit with it, you get to reuse it again.
I gotcha. Sorry.
It's active for the full 10 minutes until it gets actually used successfully.
It's the 10 minutes thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Alamir, we hear your little whistling in the background too.
Oh, that's
I'm having
him?
I'm having a little dance.
All right, Jinx, you're first.
Do I know what these things are? Oh, I gotta use an action to do that, don't I?
No, you don't.
Are these mooks?
So what? You just trying to figure out exactly what they are. So,
I mean, I know it's not a troll, but I mean, if it was a goblin, I would go, oh, it's goblins.
Probably the best thing for you to use to try to determine that, I think, would be probably history. Let me just double check. Or actually, you could do Arcana. Actually, you don't have history, so Arcana would probably be your best.
I was gonna say technically for knowledge, I'm able to do any one of them for whatever, but
that's true. But yeah. So here's your options. You can do Arcana, history. Actually, that would be it. Arcana or history.
That's fine. I just was like, it's more of just a general thought of like, oh, what is this?
Oh, wow. So, given what you've experienced before, you look at these creatures, and you know you recognize the telltale physiology of dragon spawn.
This is because of this mark on our skin or whatever that's in there that we didn't get washed off.
Well, actually, it's been over a month, so yeah, so that's not hiding anymore. But it is, you know that these were sent to find you, and they're black dragon spawn.
That's what I was trying to figure out if that's what they were going to be, something from that issue.
Yep.
Damn it. We need to get cleaned again. I am going to take my first movement to
this over here.
I feel like we're just running away here. I would take my first movement to back off. I get all the way back here, and I am going to. Trying to think of the best use for anything here. Bonus action, I give inspiration to Smock. Just because. And my action, I will. Don't know if they're going to be applicable, but I'll use my action to do vicious mockery on this one right here.
Okay. That's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So right here, wisdom save. Nope, nothing special. How about a 2? Does that save?
No. He doesn't take much because it's only 2d4, so it's 5 points of damage as he gets a little bit of a eek, and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
So you yell out some disparaging words at him, and as he's beginning to grasp one claw down on the edge of the roof to drop himself over, he looks up and squints and snarls at you. Yeah. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, Smock.
All right, I will load up my. Oh,
And that was this one.
Yep.
okay. How high up is the building?
Well, this one over here has dropped to the ground already.
Ah,
And the building it's a single story, so it's probably 12 feet up.
okay.
I don't know if you want to go with standard medieval construction. You're with a gable. Actually, a gable would probably be 2-story building. So you'd be looking at this would probably be about 15 feet at that point, 14 to 15 feet up to the.
Okay. I will attack.
All right.
15 to hit.
So their natural armor is not as good as the ones you fought before. That hits.
Okay.
You cut through the scales. It's more just like a
13.
thick leather.
13 for base, and I will smite.
Okay. So 22 total.
Yep.
Ouch. All right.
Second attack. 8 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. And then butt action. Trying to think. D8. Yeah, that would still miss. Do I have to state it up front that I'm using or I can roll?
No. You do it. I mean,
As far as his bardic thing.
if we weren't in a digital environment, you would determine.
You can.
You would choose it after you roll, but before I tell you if you hit or not.
Yep, but
Okay.
feel free to use it.
Okay.
I mean,
That's my butt action.
yep.
4 points, and I will smite.
Okay. Ouch! And you have hit it. The butt of the weapon. You slash across the creature's shoulder and chest, and then the butt comes back and catches it across the jaw, and blood spews out, along with a broken chipped piece of tooth, and creature shakes its head and it's kind of cranes down and forward its big maw, and it hisses and looks very, very upset at you.
Understandable. Okay, my turn is complete.
Okay. Which one? And it's that one's turn. So it is right here. It takes its wicked-looking falchion. Yeah. Fortunately, it did. These things didn't ambush you guys. So here's what it's going to do. So it is going to. That's not actually. All right. It's simply going to step forward and attack you with its falchion. That's what it's going to do. So that is one hit, right?
Yes.
And a crit. This is the falchion. 2, so that's actually 9. So that's a total of 13 points of damage.
As a reaction, can I use
You want to re-roll?
Every time we do this, I gotta make sure I reread this because I want to make sure I did misread it the first time. Yeah, I want to use silvery barbs to make him re-roll that second attack.
Okay. And he misses. So
Okay,
4
so-
slashing is all you take.
Okay, then let me. Yep.
Yeah. So
Oh,
these. What color is the magic that distracts him?
For him, it is going to be just like a really super light blue.
So and what does it look like? Is it just like a sparkling kind of like or a shimmering mist film that kind of forms in front of its eyes?
You know, I never thought about that before. For him.
Sure. So a shimmering
Yeah.
film of blue magic just kind of crosses in, fades in and crosses in front of the creature's eyes as it lashes out, and it's distracted for a moment, and it allows you to easily block or step aside from the strike smog. All right, and it is. Yeah, it's not going to work. So it is Hef's turn. And Hef, according to his AI, is going to attempt to focus fire the creature, this black creature that Smock is attacking.
That's in line with his normal action.
So, and there is a way he can do what I wanted to do before. He only do it once per combat. So here's how this is going to work. He's going to attempt to hit with the longbow. But that misses. So, I don't think he can. Wait, let me just take a look. Features, traits. Hit, take. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so he can't really do that. So he is done. That's all he's going to do. He is actually going to reposition over on this corner. It's now the creature's turn. It is going to drop here. 10. It's going to come here. And it is going to line up Alamir and Hef. And it is going to utilize its acid breath. Oh wait, you know what? Wait, one. He can't reach both of them. Hef went too far away. 1, 2,
I've planned that perfectly.
5, 10, 50. Yeah, that's just out of range.
Serious strategery. Perfect.
Yeah, that was good. So he's really as he approaches. So then as he approaches, like he's going to hop off, take a step, and breathe at Alamir. Or you know what? He's gonna drop. No, he's gonna drop off because he can't get more than one person anyway. He'll drop off and he'll do this. He is going to step this direction and breathe right into the back of Smock. Especially since I just remembered that you guys, your stench is not being masked now, so Smock is the primary target. All right, so Smock.
I mean, he does stink.
You need to make a dexterity saving throw, please. That's a pretty decent roll. That does not.
Remember to add the D8.
You can do the D8, and that saves. So instead of 25, you take 12 acid damage.
How do I automatically add my +3 aura onto my saves?
Your aura should automatically be doing that. But
Okay.
we can if it's not,
Okay.
we can adjust it.
I think it. No, okay. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it is it?
Actually, no. My dexterity sucks, so that's accurate. So okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 If your dexterity is -1, right?
Yep.
That would make sense. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So it is. But you made it. So, yeah. So were you going to use your reaction to half it again or take the 12?
Definitely react. Have it again.
Okay. So absorb elements.
Yeah.
And so it's down to 6. But that is, and then the creature is going to step up right to you. Alamir, your turn.
Help.
Alamir is going to go
Help.
5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. First thing he's going to do is he's going to go here. And he is going to cast Haste on Smock.
Ah.
So you're hasted now. And then he's going to take... So he's moved 5. Sheesh. Yeah, this is gonna kill him if he does that. He's doing what he normally does. He's keeping an eye on him, but he's using the protection of the thingamajiggy.
Okay.
Of the cart.
Yep.
Sorry, Smock, but that's what he does. I've rocked. I've cast. Alrighty. And I am done. It's whoever's next turn. So you are now hasted there, sir.
So
Thank you.
Top of the order, probably. I'll leave it up to you guys, but this is probably a good point where we could stop since it's after 11:10 your time, and we can pick it up next week. Does that sound
Cool with
good?
that. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Alright,
I
top of the order.
thought that would probably be a good point.
Yeah.
Easy to. I've got everything marked. Easy to take care of. So.
Question: does this haste wear off because it only lasts a minute?
We are pausing time. We are coming back.
Okay.
Just literally 6 seconds later next week.
All right.
So excellent.
Now back to the next week.
Yes. And that's it for episode 28. So thank you for playing, gentlemen. Thanks to everyone
Thank you.
who are watching our adventures and keeping up with us and our changes in time and such. We should at least have another one of our players back next week, as we will play again on Tuesday once more. Until then, may your lives be filled with peace, joy, and love. Thank you.